Hey guys, today I'll be doing a bit of a different video. A couple of weeks ago I actually mentioned that I wanted to start building videos and building assets and building templates to help you guys out in selling SEO, right? Because we actually teach the services, we teach SEO, we teach web design and things like that. Well, I hope to teach more web design, but we actually don't cover how you can actually sell these services to your clients, right? Because one of the key parts of any company or any business plan is to be able to sell to a client, to sell to a business, right? If you're a freelancer, if you're a design agency, or you're a digital marketing agency, what stood the test of time is being able to sell to clients, right? So today I'll be showing you I'm going to show you a template that I use, which is a vital part of my sales strategy when trying to, convince a business owner, convince a client that I'm the right person for that job, right? So what's key with SEO and web design and things like that is to be able to provide, is to be able to communicate and be able to provide and show them the value behind what you're doing, right? And it's actually quite hard to do this, especially with SEO and things like that. So within this sort of proposal I'm going to show you today that you can actually get when you join my Facebook group is what it's going to be is it's going to be condensing everything into a simplistic sort of format that you can actually present to clients, which I've used to present to about 10 clients, which have worked almost every time, and how it can actually sort of convey the value in a short sort of period of time, an hour to 2 hours, from everything, from everything to website design to SEO to text content, photography, reporting, everything like that, and actually condense it into a small, neat presentation that'll actually show the value of the services that you provide, show the pricing, show the structure behind it, and show the value behind it, right? So the idea of this is to actually, the idea of this is to be able to show clients, how you can actually, structure it from a perspective of their point of view, right? Because you always have to think from your customer's perspective, right? Because clients aren't going to understand what schema markup is. Clients aren't going to understand what click-through rate is. Clients aren't going to understand what, they may not even understand what SEO optimizations are. They may not understand any of this, right? So it's important, if you are conveying value to a client, that you're not speaking jargon. It's not confusing. I know it's as simple as it sounds, but it's not confusing. It's easier said than done, obviously, but hopefully this template that I'm going to give you today will actually sort of condense it and make it easier for you to sell the services that we teach to business owners, right? So let's get into it. So what you want to do is you want to start off adding the client's logo, because what's great about this template is you can actually reuse it for multiple businesses, obviously, because you want to make it bespoke to them, but at the same time you want to have it so it's bespoke for them, but at the same time you want to be able to use it so you can reuse it over and over again, just by changing some things like the logos, the images, the services, and things like that. So what we do is we add the client's logo, we add the client's company name on each slide, excuse me, and then we add the agenda for the proposal, right? So review what you said you want, present a plan to get you what you want, tell them the next steps and onboarding timeline, so they know that they're thinking about the next steps. So we have the idea in their head already from the get-go. So it's important that you have these little things in mind so they exactly know what this presentation is going to be about. They have an agenda right here. And if anything, if we've added a service that they don't want, if we haven't added a service that they do want, we've, added the thing that says anything you'd like to add. So, and then we go on to what you want. So we take, within my sales process, I have a starting point, a starting stepping stone, where it goes over a couple of open-ended questions, which explains, what the challenges they face right now. Tell me a little bit about your business. What's the ideal customer and things like that, because these are key questions to actually form a kind of a plan to find out what they want, and then their current challenges, and actually solve their problems, right? And hopefully this presentation actually will go ahead and solve their issues with some of the solutions that we provide. So what we do is we cover a lead generating strategy, and we go over each and every, we want to keep in mind the full sort of package that we're providing. We actually mentioned this twice in the presentation to make sure that they know, they keep it in mind that all of the value that we're offering. So we've got obviously social media, advanced reporting. Again, if you don't offer this as a business, no worries, you can just adjust this. You can plug in and play, you can adjust the slides, put your logo on, whatever it is. You can take this, you can take off services. I've basically covered every service in the digital marketing industry. Well, from a broad spectrum, I guess. Obviously, there are more services than just this, but this is sort of what I would offer to a client, and I've offered this before. I run a couple campaigns with a couple clients offering these exact services. So yeah, if you want to take it, if you just offer web design, take it. And I've done this before just for a web design. I've literally just done the high performance website slide and the written content slide. If you do SEO, you can just use the SEO slides and things like that. Effectively, it's just a bunch of value that I want to provide you that you can take, and it may help you out. So obviously we do all of these services, and then we go through each and every service, explaining the value behind each one. So obviously the high performance website, this is we build all our websites on Duda, so each website is hosted by Amazon Web Services. We have an incentive down here, the free website redesign every 24 months, professional written content, search engine optimization. So we really summarize what's included. Again, you can take this, you can add what you offer, maybe you add something else in search engine optimization. It's really about just taking it and adjusting it to where, however you like. So yeah, that's about it really. Obviously we have directory placement, business listings and things, directories, professional photo shoot. Obviously we offer for local business photo shoot, advanced reporting analytics. So that's visual heat map reporting, which is Hotjar. We have keyword reporting, Google tools like Google Analytics and Google Search Console. And then what's great about this is we actually, within social media marketing, we actually mimic what their business posts could look like on social media. There's a tool that you can use. I'm unfamiliar what the tool is because this is quite a while ago, but if you just type up social media post generator, and then you could probably find one in here. So yeah, you can actually mock up to what they could look like. You could maybe make a little design to show them what it could look like. Again, with the search engine ads, we do the same. We actually just go into, we find an ad, so we type up aggregates Essex, and then we can just simply, if you were doing it for organic or SEO, you could simply go in here, inspect element, and you can just change, the title and actually make it theirs, like that, whatever it is. And then you can actually take a screenshot and actually put it into the proposal and actually show them what it could look like, to give them a kind of visual representation of the service that you're providing. Because sometimes, you could explain all these things, but sometimes people are visual learners and they understand more by visually seeing what you're actually talking about. So search engine ads, Google ads, they may not know what a Google ad is, but they've seen one before. So it's important that you have, an image of the Google ad. That's about it really. And you can say, then when they see that, they go, oh, I understand what a Google ad is now. So do you understand what the value behind this, right? Dynamic landing pages and things like that. And then you go on to a bit of, boasting about who you are as a company, what you do, who you are as a company, who you are as an individual, if you are like a freelancer. And then you want to, mention, before you go into pricing and things like that, you want to mention what is included in their package, right? Because you want to really drill that into their head, because you want to make sure that they know the value that's being provided, right? The full package, right? And then you have a couple of testimonials in here. Then you have the pricing options that you can add. If you can customize this in any way you like. If you have a website, if you're just a web designer, you can just have the one-time activation fee, and you can just have the price in there, and you can take out the monthly management fee. But if you do hosting, you can have the monthly management fee in there. If you do SEO, if you do all of these services, I think this would be great, and this is a great way to structure the pricing. And then you have down here, and then you have the next steps, right? So this is just a brief summary of what's included within this sort of free proposal template. I'm hoping that you guys can sort of work it out. It's not too hard to understand. That's the whole point, really. It basically condenses it all into one small package, presentation that you can present to your clients and show them exactly, what you're providing them, and actually show them the value of each service. And it just goes over some pinpoints about search engine optimization, about search engine ads, about social media and marketing and things like that. Because if you're thinking from a customer's perspective, again, they're not going to know what schema markup is. They're not going to know what all these different, they're not going to know what click-through rate is. They're not going to know what Google Analytics is. They're not going to know these different things. So it's important that you actually condense this down into simplified wording so they completely understand, and you have images to show them. You mock up images of what their business could look like if it was if it was in the Google Ads section of Google. As you can see here, back here we've got your business at the top of this keyword here as an organic result. So this is it, guys. Again, if you want it, just simply join my Facebook group and you'll receive it in there. Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy your day.